Welcome to this video on Colonial Imprints in the Nowhere Man, where we will explore post-colonial themes in Kamala Markandaya's novel. Our agenda covers three main sections: the foundations of colonialism and post-colonial theory, colonial imprints and identity in the Nowhere Man, and finally, the author's perspective and reflections. We begin by examining the foundations of colonialism and post-colonial theory. Colonialism involves the conquest and control of others' land and resources, leading to exploitation and domination. In The Nowhere Man, Kamala Markandaya explores the lasting effects of colonialism on Indian migrants in Britain, including racial discrimination and cultural conflict. Post-colonial critique moves beyond the limited view of colonialism as mere settlement. It highlights the conquest, domination, and exploitation of land, economy, and culture. Post-colonialism examines the lasting effects of colonial rule, with thinkers like Anya Lumba emphasizing the ongoing neocolonialism and suffering of colonized peoples. Foundational post-colonial critics include Frantz Fanon, Edward Said, and Gayatri Spivak. They focus on how race, language, and culture shape post-colonial identities, and view colonialism as conquest and control, fueling European capitalism. Colonial influences, they argue, persist even after formal independence. Next, we will explore the colonial imprints and identity in Kamala Markandaya's novel, The Nowhere Man. The novel highlights how colonial history shapes the lives of Indian migrants in Britain, who face racial discrimination and cultural alienation. The East-West dichotomy and cultural clash illustrate the struggle to balance Indian traditions and Western values in a foreign land, often leading to violence and isolation. Srinivas, the protagonist, is a man caught between two worlds, feeling alienated in both India and England. His family attempts to preserve Indian identity, but the colonial past leads to displacement and alienation. In Britain, Srinivas and his family face hostility and prejudice. Racist attitudes fuel resentment, culminating in acts of violence. This creates a deep sense of alienation, as Srinivas feels unwanted in his host country. The resulting cultural crisis and loss of identity lead to tragedy. The novel explores cultural nostalgia and adaptation. Migrants preserve cultural identity through naming practices, reflecting nostalgia for their homeland. Yet, children often assimilate into the host culture, adopting its customs and language. This results in a cultural crisis and the ongoing challenge of balancing dual identities. Racist tensions with neighbors, particularly Fred, escalate to violence. Acts of aggression, including sabotage and arson, result in the tragic death and destruction of Srinivas's home. This underscores the deep-rooted colonial imprints and alienation faced by immigrants. We will now focus on the author's perspective and reflections presented in the novel. Markandaya offers a neutral perspective, highlighting the strengths and weaknesses of both the East and West. Her reformist message encourages readers to rise above cultural and religious barriers, promoting love and fraternity. Her work consistently depicts East-West encounters, with cultural clashes and adaptation as central themes. In conclusion, the novel reveals that colonial influences persist even after independence, causing a migration and identity crisis. Racial prejudice and conflict highlight the importance of post-colonial awareness for understanding cultural clashes and migration complexities.